Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. I do hope that you are all well. Thank you for joining me here. This is your twin flame, soulmate, important love connection reading that we usually do on a Wednesday. Yes, it is. It is today. It is a yes please day, so you may comment beneath so that I could take a personal handwritten love message. Okay. We usually do this reading on a Wednesday. We don't do it every week as time is of essence. I did promise you last week with the other person reading that we would do it this week, and I am stretching myself, but I had to do this. We haven't done one of these readings since the beginning of the year. So for 2023, this is the first look. Remember, this is a general reading. May or may not resonate with all of you, so take the messages that resonate for you and leave the rest. Even if you can receive one message, it will be important for you. Now, I've changed my table. That's why you cannot see my hands. It's a bigger table. Maybe there'll be a bit of space for Agapi to lie on the table. She's always out and about. Our mascot, Agapi. Eros is in the house, but he's sleeping soundly. Agapi is having a play in the garden. Let's see what's going on. Take a seat, get some coffee, get a cup of tea, relax and enjoy the ride. Let's see what the messages are. Where is this relationship heading? Speaking astrologically, my dear friends, the moon is at the last degrees of Scorpio. Never an easy position to be emotionally. A moon in Scorpio, right? It's very dark, it's very mysterious, very hidden. All about fears. Fear of intimacy, being open emotionally, physically. So these are the energies we are working with. Venus is in Aquarius. She's coming up to Saturn. So people may be cold. Your relationship, your special person may be cold towards you. There is a lot of cold energy with Saturn. Saturn is limiting. He's like blockages. He's all about karma. And Venus is coming up to him. She's going to meet with him in the next few days. We're in the energies already. Venus has already squared over to Uranus in Taurus. Remember, Venus and Uranus, they've swapped signs right now. Venus is in the house of Uranus in Aquarius, and Uranus is in the house of Venus in Taurus. But we're still dealing with fated events, as of course Uranus is very close to the North Node in Taurus. So maybe you've had some surprise, some shocking events, some aha moments, awakening moments. Uranus can speak to the rebel, doing things differently. Uranus, yes, can speak to intelligence, social media, messages. So a square is never easy. It's always hard. So we're not moving through easy energies. That's what I'm trying to get at all this time, my dear friends, for those of you that do not understand how the energies work with the planets. So let's see, as we do read the energies, remember, if you're interested in a personal reading such as this, send me a line, divinedebut11@gmail.com. The 40% off special for the yearly is over with. Whoever has ordered is waiting. Thank you for your patience. We'll be looking at more specials in the near future, so you have not missed out. There's always something to gain by being here. Thank you to my dear patrons. What is, dear Spirit, what is the Karma Dharma? We've got the sun, so a very positive note with the sun. Leo comes up very strongly, and remember, the sun does speak to romance. It rules the 5th natural house of the zodiac. It could speak to the inner child, playful energies, confidence, a necessity to have confidence, putting a bit more flirtatious energies into the relationship. Leo, this is where Venus will be retrograding mid-year, so we've all got Leo somewhere in our chart, obviously. Now, Leo and the Sun can speak to possible reconciliation, clarity, healing, awareness. Remember the Sun, nothing can hide under the Sun's rays. So a Leo can speak to leadership, can speak to ego. The shadow side of Leo is overconfidence, a bit of vanity. Remember, Leo has been hit hard by the nodal axis on Taurus Scorpio. So my heart goes out to you, my dear Leos, I know, and Aquarius people. It hasn't been easy, as a lot of fated changes have been playing out for you. For Taurus Scorpio, it's been a very transformative, very fated time since the beginning of 2022. We could say same for Leo, same for Aquarius, all those areas in the chart, in your birth chart. Let's see, we'll be taking the handwritten love messages at the end. Remember, I may be picking up on energies, on your energy, on your thoughts. Always take that into account. For those of you that have had those messages, personal messages, return to you, if these same messages come out today in this reading, it could be something in this reading for you. So we'll be taking quite a few cards, and we'll be using this deck, which many of you have asked me. What is this deck? It is a Greek deck, so it won't be any good to you if you do not read Greek. Unfortunately, this is the deck itself. The booklet is written in Greek. I don't know that it comes out in English. So anyway, you will learn the symbolism of it. I have been using it more often recently. So thank you, my darlings, for being patient. Let's see. I'm using the Twin Flame Journey Tarot today. Let's see what's going on. We're going to do a Celtic cross. And as I said, thank you for commenting, asking for a personalized handwritten message. I will get to all of you at some point. Do not expect me to answer all of you in the next day. That is impossible. So, what's going on, dear Spirit, with this important connection, this love union? What is going on? We have the Knight of Wands in the now position. And I'm not reading reversals, as all of you know. In my personal readings I do. But the Knight of Wands does speak to Sagittarian energy. You could be dealing with someone that's a foreigner. They could hold different beliefs to what you do. This could be someone that was not ready to settle down. This could be also someone that loves to travel long distance. Right? But it can also say, because it speaks to a passionate adventure, this could be the beginning of a passionate new cycle. For others of you, this could be someone that you don't know. That could be entering your life now. Sagittarius, right? Jupiter. Jupiter is in Aries, a very strong placement. I just also wanted to mention that Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage, is there, has stepped into Aries. So confidence is the word. Mars has turned direct, and Mercury turns direct in the next day or so in the sign of Capricorn. Mars in Gemini has turned direct. It's been a few days, so he's starting to awaken, let's say. The desire is awakening. Let's see, Knight of Wands chases his desires, what he is passionate about. He's all about expansion, growth, but he is a free, loving soul as well. What is the challenge? Could be physical distance. The challenge is the Chariot, which again speaks to movement. So as the planets all turn direct in the next few days, Uranus is the last planet to turn direct on the 22nd, just after the new moon in Aquarius. I have done on Patreon, I've done the new moon in Aquarius, those of you that are with me on Patreon, and we've looked at January and the most important astrological events. So do check that out. If you are not on Patreon, do consider joining us. Charging ahead, that is the challenge here. Maybe it's timing. Maybe it's because Mars is still very slow. Mercury is going to turn direct. He needs a couple of days because Mercury in Capricorn is quite heavy. Capricorn is a Saturnian sign. Remember, the planets, I mean, we're coming up to the Aquarius season soon. And think of it that we've got a lot of Capricorn as the sun is still transiting through Capricorn. And we've got Mercury there, we've got Pluto there. And in Aquarius is Saturn as well as Venus. So we're talking about Saturnian signs. Their energy is heavy. It's going to feel frustrating until Mars starts to move forward. Decisions were pending. We've been dealing with past situations, but in the next few days after the new moon, it will be all green, you know. The obstacles will start to drop one at a time as all planets will be direct for the next 3 months. So the Chariot, the challenge, because it is a victory card, remember that the challenge is to move towards victory, is to start to take action. But remember, the Chariot holds a white and a black horse. So it's the light and the dark, the light and the darkness. We're needing to hone in on those energies, decide to take action, hold on those reins, and we're in the driver's seat. So the challenge is to move forward. The challenge could also be a possible move. It could be a house move, or there is physical distance here when we've got strong Cancer. Where is this relationship coming from? In the past. And we've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus. Spiritual advisement. There's some sort of a spiritual connection here. Now, both parties could be in other marriages as well. Remember that the Hierophant is Taurus. Taurus is Venus ruled. And the North Node has been transiting collectively for all of us in Taurus. So where there's stuck fixed energies pertaining to Taurus, Uranus is trying to bring in the changes and get us unstuck. We're looking for possible intelligent ways to get out of, I don't know, I mean, this could speak to coming from different beliefs, marriages that did not work, possibly Taurus is more hands-on. It's an earth sign. What you see is what you get. Taurus is practical, right? Even though, of course, the Hierophant does speak to spirituality, it is wisdom. Maybe someone needed to understand that there's more to the practical matters in a relationship, or it could be the opposite, where yes, there was a spiritual connection, there was a lot of, even a feeling of marriage, a feeling of commitment here, but maybe the obstacles were practical matters. Now, someone maybe has been seeking advice from an elder, someone who could be connected to the church, obviously, or just someone that's very spiritual. Right? So I don't know if what's going on with you was against someone's beliefs. Remember, Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's very hard to get them to budge. Okay, recent past. We've got the Two of Swords, stalemate and indecision in the recent past. And this is a dilemma. It's the card of dilemma. Needing to trust one's intuition. But remember, in the Two of Swords, we've also got someone that is blindfolded and trying to protect their heart. So this is the way we perceive and the way we talk, the way we communicate. Now remember, Mercury has been retrograde in Capricorn. Mercury the communicator. Mercury, the Hermes, the god of the messages and news. There's been heaviness, and we've had to, where our communication or our thought process is concerned, we've been going through dark thoughts, right? More than likely fearing the worst, that because Two of Swords can also speak to a choice. I don't know if you are a third person, or your person is the third person here. We could be talking about a love triangle, but also 4 people involved here. We see that Two of Swords speaks to choices, right? So let's see what is crowning this reading, and what is in our minds. What are we thinking? What are they thinking? We've got the King of Cups and emotional mastery. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. King of Cups is usually someone that is very open to love and very sacrificing. Someone that could have fluctuating emotions, but also someone who could be hiding their true emotions. Right? King of Cups says it does speak to emotional mastery. So someone having to master their emotions and mature emotionally through the Capricorn season. But someone is thinking about love. Remember that the King of Cups we are talking about a king. And kings are all about experience. So your person, I feel that this is your person, more than likely. They have had emotional experience. So their life has, they haven't had it easy where their heart matters are concerned. King of Cups has gone through all the notions of, think of the Page of Cups, where love is offered on a very small level. Then the Knight of Cups, right? Knight of Cups, which is someone that's been hurt. So they needed to go through some sort of, or they've gone through some sort of heartbreak. So to get to the King of Cups, it does speak to emotional mastery. So we could be talking about emotional mastery right now, or thinking of this card being Scorpio, relative to what's going on with the planets. We do have the South Node in Scorpio, so you may have been dealing with someone that has been dealing with a lot of karmic situations that they needed to rid of, that they needed to take care of. So this is like moving away from someone's emotional comfort zone. Let's see what the near future holds. We've got the King of Wands, so we could have the choice here. We've got a visionary leader here, so a possible, again, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, possible Scorpio again. If this is your person, it's saying that they're coming from the King of Cups to the King of Wands, which means that they're ready to take action. We do have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, so there is a sense of maturity here through experience. King of Wands is driven. We could also be talking about someone that could be an entrepreneur, someone that's very creative, they come through as very sexual. I do see many times the King of Wands possibly as a Scorpio as well. We know that Scorpios are very passionate, but sometimes they could hide. They could have a facade of coming through as more sexual than what emotionally vulnerable, which would be the King of Cups in the upright. So let's see the position of you or this connection, let's say. We've got the Five of Wands, conflict and competition. See, it does speak to competition, so there is third parties. We do have conflict internal external, other people being involved here, competitive energies. Remember the ego with Leo. So I don't know if the Leo energy is yours or the other person. But we do see that there's competitive energies here. Now we've got major arcana, we've got Taurus and we've got Leo, both fixed signs, so I don't know if these are your signs. Remember, do not get stuck on the signs. We are talking about the energy that the individuals take at the point of this reading, or in the when you get to view this reading. So 5 of Wands, again, competitive energies, whether it's between you and your person, or you could be in a possible marriage where there's a lack of happiness here, there's conflict. It could be a family, a lot of conflict within a family, or it could be your person that is in another marriage where there's a lot of conflict. But I do feel that generally there's conflict here because this is in the position of you. Let's look at the environment around you. We've got the 7 of Wands, 2 very conflictual cards, a 5 and a 7 of Wands. Lots of fire. Defense mechanism. We do see a bear here, so we could be talking to someone that is a leader. The visionary leader speaks to leadership here. And many times with the bear, because the bear speaks to someone that sits in a position of power, it does speak to Mars in Aries, so someone very confident or someone needing to be very courageous. I do see, remember the 7 of Wands speaks to someone having the upper hand, maybe where business is concerned, but their personal life or what they desire, they're up against obstacles, other situations, right? Remember that the 7 of Wands comes after the 6, so we could be talking also about someone that is very successful. Logically, this would be your person. And the bear could also speak to great responsibilities. The Emperor comes to mind here with someone that is in a position of power. Okay? And also King of Wands would be someone that sits in a position of leadership. So this either speaks to them defending themselves, or it can speak to them being ready to fight for this relationship. Remember, 7s do speak to turning a difficult corner. We've got a 7 and the Chariot here in the challenge position. Now 7 is also July, so I don't know, we've got the Cancer, Leo, possibly season. Maybe something happened back then for you, or this is when, forward looking towards the Cancer, Leo season. That's when Venus will be retrograding. So I don't know if it's talking about the future. Let's take more cards. What are the hopes and fears? We've got the 4 of Cups, missed opportunities. Someone is hoping for a second chance. Someone is hoping that they have not missed the opportunity. But there's also fear around that as well. Remember, the 4 of Cups is the hand of Spirit offering the Ace of Cups. But the 4 of Cups is also someone not being emotionally happy within, their environment, their home. 4s always speak about the home and the past. What is the possible outcome? We've got the 10 of Pentacles and ultimate achievement. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful card, absolutely. Yes, it is Earth, which speaks to being grounded. 10 of Pentacles could also speak to a possible ending of another commitment, another marriage. It is the family card. It does speak to practical matters, abundance, security, but also it speaks to an ending and a possible restart. It speaks to an ultimate achievement. Now remember, I'm not reading reversals, so let's keep reading and see what else is possibly going to show up for us today. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace, the spark. We've got the spark here. Remember, the Knight of Wands holds the Ace of Wands. Sparks could be flying through the air, which can speak to a strong desire to connect sexually, physically, but it also speaks to being driven. Remember, aces are potentials. So sparks could be flying through the air. I don't know, I get frustration, anger possibly as well. But this is a potential for a new beginning. And we've got the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Trials and tribulations. What this says to me is that this relationship has gone through much, but many trials and tribulations, but the Nine of Wands says this is the end of the burden. There's a possible new beginning here. But someone needs to take action, obviously, with the Ace of Wands. This is the potential. Will someone initiate? Sorry, I'm just having some water. Let's take some more cards. I want to see what the possible advice is. And I'm using the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. I'm going to take one card to see what the advice is. And then we'll take some Romance Angels, some Findasicle Kipper, some of my Gypsy cards, Love Oracle. What is the advice, dear Spirit? Oh, this card nearly fell on my lap. And we've got the Two of Cups, oh my God, but it did fall in this way, which means obviously in due time, this is possible. The advice is that this could be a soulmate union. The advice is also that since it was like this, right? And speaking of the energies, I would say because we are coming out of hardships, that this would be logically turning upwards. We're coming out of the retrogrades, out of the hardships, out of the Saturnian season with Capricorn and Aquarius. I would say from the end of Aquarius season, when we pass on to the Pisces season, things will be so much more different. But February will still be quite challenging, even though we will have some softness, some tranquility, some happiness as Venus will ingress into Pisces. She's very strong there, and she's very good for spiritual connections as well. She can be very dreamy, very imaginative, but also very sacrificing and very loving. So the potential is that at some point there will be an agreement, some sort of balance. We're coming out of that. I want to quickly check the Two of Water here. Just see what it speaks to. If there's anything that we need to know, any special messages. Harmonious partnership, loving and lasting relationship, heart connection between two souls. I partner with one who is in harmony with me. Together we explore what is and might be, knowing we are there for each other. Two hearts beat as one as we take turns replenishing and encouraging the other. I have someone who can bring out the best in me, and I can do the same for another soul, for we are all expressions of divine love. Anyway, so I don't know how that message spoke to you, but this is the potential here. Let's see what else shows up, dear Spirit. Archangel Michael, please guide what's going on pertaining to this relationship. And I'm going to say, if you are dealing with two different people, it looks like, and as you know, many times I should say that the fire and the air element are more similar, and earth and water also are very similar in energies. So we do have everything here. King of Wands, and we've got the Five of Wands, Seven of Wands, so there could be more competitive energies and harsh situations if this is another person that you are possibly finishing up with. For some of you, let's see what's going on in this divine union. What is the advice? Let me just restart my camera. And obviously, before I take the card, I want to remind you, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. And you may ask, yes, please, and I will take a personal handwritten message for you. We've got the coffin here, so Scorpio is very prominent here. There has been an ending. My goodness, we've got courtship, and this is very similar to the Two of Cups. We've got despair. So obviously there has been an ending. Let's continue. Or a third party will be in despair because of a possible meeting. The courtship card here is the beginning of the romance, right? They're only still trying to get to know each other, right? It's as though they haven't been intimate, whether it's a physical intimacy or emotional intimacy. Here with a courtship, it's like they're getting to know each other from the beginning. But physically, we see that there will be a connection here, a meeting. And we've got despair as well. So we've got courtship. We've got courthouse. Courtship and courthouse. Something about divorce. Possible divorce. Someone possibly needing to leave another marriage because of a soulmate entering their life. Courthouse does remind me of Libran energy, which is about equality, equal giving and receiving, and justice. But also a karmic situation playing out here. We've got community. Community speaks to camaraderie, support. Now, this could also say that someone could be going through divorce and maybe their reputation is taking a blow because people are finding out that they're going through divorce. This is, it could be, if you're dealing with someone who's made a name for themselves, someone maybe that was very secretive. We do have the coffin, which does bring up Scorpio again. Plutonian energies very strongly. And we've got the gift. We've got a gift here. There's some sort of an offer on the table. Now, the gift card does show, small hands, the hands of a child. This could mean that obviously there's trust here, there's innocence, or there needs to be that. There needs to be that. Or someone could be a parent. So this gift could also be something that brings on fresh energies, new beginnings, possibly as well. It is a 17. 17 does speak to the star, possibly the Aquarius season. And we've got the house here. And the house, they do say, I mean, this oracle says that the house is a very positive card. I suppose depending on what's surrounding it, but it's the general energy. The house could also speak to the Hierophant, something that was built, right? Like a tower. It looks like a tower. It looks like I don't know, a contract, a marriage. The house could be a home. Well, it could be an agreement, a contract, or anything like that, or a home where there's no warmth, where two people came together for reasons other than love, possibly also for, remember, security. The house does speak to, it shows earth, it shows land, it shows a property. This could be a business. It is a 20, and obviously breaks down to a 2. 2 speaks to indecision, possibly stalemate energies, but also 20 is the Judgment card, which could possibly speak to second chances. The house sits on distant horizons. Interesting, which is one of the most positive cards, if not the most positive. It's like anything that you've envisioned, that you've hoped for, that you've dreamed of, could be coming. It's on the horizon. It's promised. This card is very similar to the Three of Wands for me. Also brings up vision. Neptune and Jupiter, and this could be a journey, a possible journey that is promised. We do see an anchor that is very rusty here, so that could speak to someone being in a marriage or having been stuck in possible cycles pertaining to commitments, marriage, and things such as these. But there could be second chances here. And again, there could be physical distance between you and the other person. Pisces comes up a lot with that card for me. Pisces, Sagittarius energies, so let's see what's going on in this relationship. And the house obviously could be a new home. Remember, we had the charging ahead, the Chariot, which does speak to movement towards a new home, but that's in the challenge position. Someone needs to do the work. And we've got Flirt. Remember how I spoke of lightening up the energies with the Sun card here? Extend your light-hearted energy to others. This could also be someone that was not ready to settle down. Third parties, someone being quite flirtatious. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. Many times I do tend to see this card as quite a karmic card. And possibly, yes, this could speak to someone being in a karmic relationship. That's why they were open to flirting and meeting another person. Let's take another card. This is the card, and we've got let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And I know you cannot see the cards well here, so just let's make a little bit more space, some room here. What else do we need to know, dear Spirit? What's going on? Someone needs help here. From a past relationship, maybe. In this card, I feel I need to take unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And the Knight here that's kissing the Maiden's hand reminds me very much of the Knight of Wands. Someone that is open to looking for other relationships. Someone being quite flirtatious, being possibly stuck in another past life relationship. Maybe this Two of Cups is connected to this Knight of Wands, which could be the same person, as I said. In the near future, we do have the King of Wands. So this could be unrequited love with a past life relationship, or your Knight of Wands, your King of Wands, is stuck in another relationship where there's no love. Let's see what else we've got, dear Spirit. Thank you. We've got keep an open mind. So again, the Sagittarian energy. Someone that comes from a different area of the world. They come from different beliefs. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I would like to take another card. Let's see. We've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. What's at the bottom of the deck? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. We see that the Divine Feminine is more... she's needing communication more. It's like the Divine Masculine is more closed off. Not willing to be very open, but it speaks to heart openness here. And this obviously could be coming through in the near future. Let's put these cards up here. All right, before we take another layer here, actually we'll take the layer first before we jump into the Gypsy Oracle. Let's see what else we've got. So let's put the Ace of Wands down there. That's the general energy. Why do we have the Knight of Wands in the now position, dear Spirit? We've got the Eight of Wands, energy surge and communication. So someone is willing to take action and communicate. Eight of Wands. This could also be someone entering, someone physically traveling. Eight of Wands could also be telepathy. Someone needs to travel through the air. So there's a lot of fire coming in. Fire does speak to action. Let's see why do we have the Chariot as the challenge position? We've got the World card, cycle completion. Yes, this is a very karmic card. Yes, this is a card of accomplishment. And we do have achievement here. But someone needs to close up a major cycle. Maybe they're stuck within a home where they are very unhappy. Remember the house here? Someone feeling stuck and still dreaming of how they can get to this new opening, this new cycle, this new life. And for many of you, I mean, we could also be talking to that this new beginning, this opening will not take place until the sun enters Aries, the new astrological year. Now, we are not all on the same timeline, remember, okay? So timing will be different for each of us. Something needs to complete, and this is Saturn. This is, again, the fixed energies. So Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. And the challenge could be physical distance with the World card. But something needs to end here. Someone needs to have the confidence and know that where they are heading, they will be successful. And they, through taking action and deciding to move forward, they will end a karmic block. Let's look at the past. And why do we have the spiritual advisement, the Hierophant here? We've got the Three of Cups, celebration and community. So maybe there has been breaks, breakup from the past, reconciliation. Maybe this has been a cycle that's been going on for you again and again. But also, Three of Cups, yes, does speak to third parties. It's on the Hierophant. So what it says also here is that there can be a celebration and a reconciliation as long as you keep the faith as well. For others, possibly in July, the nodal axis will finish on the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio. So maybe for those fixed signs, maybe that's when the cycle will end. That's when the challenges for the fixed signs will come to a close. They will have gone through a metamorphosis. Let's see why we've got stalemate and indecision. Because we did have a lot of happiness here. We've got the Page of Swords and Thoughts. Remember, we've got the Two of Swords, and the Page of Swords also holds a swords. That's 3 swords all up. But it is the Gemini energy. Remember, Mars has been retrograding. Mars has been in the sign of Gemini from last October. So Gemini is all about indecision. And this card could speak to, of course, we've got indecision. Someone needed to communicate clearly. Someone needed to choose. Someone needed to not get stuck on only their thoughts and just come from a place of heart. Now remember that the Page of Swords being Gemini. Gemini also speaks to communication. It can speak to social media, the internet. It could also be someone that is spying on your social media. Maybe there has been communication in the recent past about someone being at a junction, needing to make an important decision. Maybe there hasn't been that has not been communicated. Someone's been thinking of communicating this from the past. Let's look at the King of Cups, emotional mastery, crowning this reading, and we've got the message of love, Page of Cups. So we've got a couple of pages here. We've also got the hands of a child here, so we could be talking to fresh energies. So the King of Cups is thinking of returning with a message of love. This can be an unexpected message, an unexpected apology, possibly. We could be talking the King of Cups. This could be someone that has strong Pisces in their chart as well. Or they have a Piscean child. So, this is what is on one's mind. What is the visionary leader? What action will this King of Wands take? And we've got a soul contract and justice. Number 11. Remember that this could speak to possible divorce. It's a portal that opens. King of Wands is ready to sign on that dotted line, ready to communicate about a soul contract, ready to also possibly end a soul contract with a soulmate. Okay, remember what we spoke of with the King of Wands. This could be a third person, a fourth person. And we've got strong Libra here. Remember the courthouse here as well. Let's look at the conflict and competition. We've got the Ten of Wands, heavy burdens, lots of fire, lots of fire. Ten of Wands is a heavy burden, too much conflict going on for you, for your person. That's 15 Wands, 15, which is the devil. I do feel here that someone just wants to give up on something. Give up on this, on the conflict. Give in, give up, give in. But also possibly, remember the heavy burdens. The Ten of Wands is usually something that we cannot handle. It is, though, a 10, so it turns into an ace, which we've also got right here. So we've got, in actual fact, it's like we've got 6 of Wands. Again, it speaks to the ego. I feel like someone's ego has sort of had the reverse outcome. So someone receiving their karma for, you know, riding high on their horse and feeling like they can succeed in whatever they want to do. So we could be talking about strong vanity. Let's look at the environment. And this could also speak to, of course, with all this fire, if we are talking about someone that's got a position of power and they are a leader, they're very creative, very much about business. We could be talking to someone having put love on the back burner because they've got a heavy burden. They could be very, very busy. Capricorn season does speak to career, right? And what we're hoping to accomplish. What is the defense mechanism in the environment? 3 of Wands, awaiting results. 7 of Wands, 3 of Wands, again a 10. I feel that your person, the person you are thinking of, has got a lot that they're dealing with, obviously, but also because of the ego, maybe they're quite defensive and they're waiting. It's like, again, competitive, and the competitive card here, the 5 of Wands, conflict and competition, not knowing what to do. Should I take action or should I wait? Looks like they're waiting on results, waiting on you if there's no communication. But here we've got the message of love, which is obviously on their mind. Maybe this is someone that's waiting for a possible divorce. Maybe they're waiting on news from you that a third party that you've been involved with has left your life. I don't know. Let's look at the 4 of Cups with a missed opportunity. In the hopes and fears. And we've got the 3 of Swords and the heartache. 4 of Cups and 3 of Swords. So emotionally, obviously, someone in their home not feeling emotionally happy. 3 of Swords, yes, love triangle, other parties. Missed opportunities, conflict. Remember, this is in the position of hope or fear. So it could be you, could be your person thinking that there are no second chances. Let's see what that 10 of Pentacles and ultimate achievement speaks to. We've got the 10 of Cups and contentment and joy. Oh my goodness. Oh my, everyone. Oh my. We've got strong cards here. I will take one more card. Contentment and joy. 10 of Cups, yes. Bliss, happiness. But also a possible ending where there was no bliss and no happiness. New beginnings. We've got 2 aces here in actual fact. 10s turn into aces. What else do we need to know about the possible outcome? Remember, this will not resonate for all of us. It's a general reading. Thank you. And we've got the 4 of Swords, healing and recovery. Someone needs to take time. They need their time. We've got the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. Remember that Mars, which is the warrior, And the Four of Swords is the warrior that's come from battle and he needs to heal. Someone is coming out of a divorce. Someone is coming out of heartbreak. Someone is hoping for second chances, but someone needs to heal and recover before the contentment, the possibilities of an ultimate achievement and contentment and joy. Now, the word joy reminds me of Leo. We've got a lot of flirtatious energies, attraction, a lot of fire. Not only does it speak to, obviously, Leo, we are talking to strong fire, Sagittarius, Aries. As I said, for some of you, I do believe that the Aries season will jumpstart brand new beginnings. Things will start to run after the new moon in Aquarius on the 21st of January. But it'll be shaky. We'll be on shaky ground. There's a major shift going on, my dear friends. Astrologically speaking, we will see it in our lives as well. What's at the bottom? And we've got the Magician, which is Mercury, manifestation tools. So we've got a couple of aces here. What is this Ace of Wands? What is this spark? What is this light coming on? And we've got the Emperor. Well, I rest my case. I rest my case. Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is here. And they're waiting for possible communication. They're waiting on having the tools to manifest the magic. Let's see what the Magician is sitting on. We've got a Tower moment, the divine intervention. Divine intervention is very much Uranus and the Aquarius season as well. Now, what is very interesting about the reading is that we have not seen a queen. We haven't seen the Empress here, which means we've seen a lot of masculine energy, and masculine energy is fire and air. Now, at this time, it's Capricorn season, it's very heavy, it's very slow. We've got Taurus, Uranus, North Node in Taurus, right? And Capricorn season speaks to heavy energies. But as we move into the Aquarius season, things will start to manifest more. Air speaks to more communication. There's lighter energies with Aquarius. It's all about breaking free, doing things differently. Remember the divine intervention and the Tower here. Expect the unexpected, my dear friends, as Uranus, you can never pinpoint what he will bring. He can bring Tower moments that can be difficult, but through difficulty, change comes through. Without movement, without sudden change, we get stuck. There's stalemate energies. If you can hear a noise, that's Eros sharpening his nails. Oh my goodness, we have, this is like the Ten of Cups, and we've got and you can't see the card, we have got it's like a white wedding or a pure virgin-like energy. There's trust, there's possible commitment here, the energy of new beginnings, virgin-like energies, trust. When I speak of virgin, I do speak to Virgo energy. So what you see is what you get. As I said, this is a card of contentment. It's like the Ten of Cups. This does speak to a possible spiritual connection as well. We do see the bride holding a letter. She has mail. We've got Eros here, and Eros is Cupid, right? The love child of Venus and Mars, the lovers of the zodiac. Eros does speak to love. Sometimes it can speak to poison as well, because he holds a poisonous arrow. But it can also speak to love affairs. due to Venus and Mars's love affair. This could be news coming in. And we've got the keys. We've got 2 keys, which is also the Hierophant. We always see 2 keys within the Hierophant. There are second chances and choices. The keys obviously many times do speak to the stalemate, the indecision of the 2 of Swords. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Snake here. And the Snake in this deck is very similar to the Devil, my dear friends. Now the Snake speaks to third parties, the other woman many times, and it is an 11. 11 is also soul contract, which sits on the King of Wands. Someone coming through is very sexual. Remember the poisonous apple that Adam and Eve bit the poisonous apple. She dared to do the wrong thing within the Garden of Eden. Yes, this is like the Devil, but remember also Scorpio energies, South Node in Scorpio. What does the Snake sit on? Because this speaks to strong desires, and obviously because it is like the Devil card, it speaks to karma, fears, a strong sexual connection, trying to control a situation, vices, unhealthy connections, ego. And we've got like the 3 of Swords, very similar. I mean, this is the card, again, of the 2 of Swords, I'm going to say. That's because these cards, they do advise that they are similar to certain tarot cards. This is like the 2 of Swords. For me, it's like the 3 of Swords. So we see 3 sides here. Oh, wow. I was just talking for another half hour and it was not recording. Remember, and this is so frustrating when this is done, because I was talking for nothing and I had to pick up some Sibillas, and I want you to see the reading. I want you to actually see me putting the cards down. So I've just put these cards to the side. I wanted to take some Sibillas, so I will take them again. What I saw here was generally that the King of Cups is not someone that will open up about what's going on in their own personal life easily. We had the Militare in the Sibillas, which speaks to them going through a very hard situation. In the environment here, we saw that we saw the Amalato. Here are the cards actually. Let me put them back where they were. I remember where they were because I spoke of this. Now, we had the Hermit, the Pensiero, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Swords, the Militare. So this, your person is not telling you the truth about what's going on in their personal life. They're putting a lot of thought into contracts. Ace of Swords is dispiacere. It's not easy for them. They're going through some reckoning, through a dilemma, right? Here is we had here in the near future position the Giovina Fanciulla, the Ladro, and the Constanza, the Ten of Cups. In the environment, which is again your person, we've got the Morte, so Scorpio again, with the Five of Swords. Challenges, heavy challenges, Four of Swords, Amalato, low morale. But then the Donna de Servizio comes through and brings healthy energies here. The Il Nemico was here, yes, was here on the because we've got the Giovina Fanciulla, the fresh energies, the virgin-like, new energies pertaining to negativity, which is the ladro, the third party, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, which are also up here. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So there will be, the negative energy turns into bliss. Hello, Eros. Where are you? Hello, big boy. Want to come up here? Want to come up? And we see the thief and the Scorpio energies again. The thief is leaving. So a third party that was very negative. The energy is the third party leaving a situation. It has got to do with transformation. The Il Nemico is the enemy. Right? So here we've got your person. They're waiting on results. They're waiting to heal, like the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords that we've got here. We've got the Three of Swords here. But we've got Donna di Servizio. It's like someone is ready to serve this person, to collaborate. We've got the Virgin-like energies here and here. And Virgo obviously speaks to health. Practical matters pertaining to health, money, collaboration. This is what's going on. And I apologize for that. I had to move my cards out of the way. So I want to take just a couple more as my camera is recording now. Maybe there was just too much memory and it did not record, or I don't know what happened. Remember Mercury, which is, I'm double Mercury, I'm a double Virgo. So these things do happen when planets, especially like Mercury, are stationing to turn direct. They're very powerful. I want to see what's going on in the position of you with the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands. We've got Consolante Sorpresa, so a consolation prize where the heaviness and the burden is let go of, comes to an end suddenly. And what's interesting is, remember I was talking about Six Wands, the ego, but it can also speak to success, the Six of Wands. We've got the Six of Wands here. It's like a tower moment, a sudden tower moment. And we've got the Two of Cups. I do not believe this. We've got the house. We've got the house here as well, which is sitting on the distant horizons, what you've dreamed of and envisioned. But this will happen after adjudication, possible divorce, and a needing to be advised. Right, this could be legal advice. Yes, Eros. Eros came through in the reading and he's here. Hello, big boy. Come up, come up. Come here. Come on, baby. Come here. Come here, sweetheart. Eros, what a blessing is this today. Here's my big and beautiful Eros, my ginger. You only just got a peek of him. My ginger male cat. Such a gentleman. He's like a prince. So the prince has entered today. It wasn't Agape, she's outside. Two of Cups, we've got the Casa here. There's some sort of a agreement, right? Two of Cups, Two of Water is here. This happens suddenly. Let's take one more on this home, this Casa. Great changes where a home is concerned, where a commitment is concerned, which means there could be ego and maybe possibly also something not being built on solid ground. And that's why the Casa comes in. It's like we're building new foundations. And my goodness, we've got the Ace of Cups and the pleasant conversation around a table. Here it is, my goodness. The round table speaks to really good news coming in. Let's just take the Knight of Wands for a moment and the Eight of Wands in the now. This card wants to come through. We've got the Six of Cups, which is like a soulmate connection, nostalgia. It's the denaro, typically the Ace of Pentacles, the safe. messages coming in, taking action towards a possible new long-standing commitment. Someone is nostalgic about past adventures, passion, desire, past travels, dealing with a foreigner. Let's take another one. And this speaks to also advantages where a matrimony is concerned, where a marriage, a contract. We've got the Knight of Cups here. Romeo is here. Yes, darling. And we've got the Five of Cups, allegrezza al cuore, merriment and happiness. But we also see that we've got two divine masculine and a divine feminine. Okay, so, all right, I think it's time now to take our handwritten love messages. And remember to comment with a yes please, so I can take one or two for you depending on how I feel called to act. Sometimes when I've got very difficult messages, I usually take another one for confirmation. Yes, Eros. What's up, darling? What is it? Yes, honey. Yes, sweetheart. Come here. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. He's standing at the door looking at me. I'm almost done, okay? I got carried away. I didn't want to hurt you. It didn't mean anything. Seven of Swords, which is usually the thief and the player. You're my other half, I feel it. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles many times reminds me of the Libra energy. Possible divorce, separation, but also it speaks to equilibrium. Two of Pentacles. What can I do to win you back? You make me quiver, I'm hooked on you, you turn me on. Eight of Wands. A lot of passion and desire and action being taken. We're done. I can't do this anymore, it hurts too much. Ten of Swords. We've got the Ten of Swords up here on the King of Cups. Is it them that put an end to this relationship? Or did you put an end to it because they were very secretive and not sharing their emotional hardships with you? Three of Wands. I will climb any mountain. I will swim any river to be with you. Capricorn comes up for me with this card. But someone is willing to do the work here. Is the Three of Wands. Again, physical distance, which can make things really hard. Forever Yours, Ten of Cups, which turns into an Ace. Yes, I'm coming, Eros. And we've got You Will Always Be in My Heart. I can never or will ever forget you. And that's the Four of Pentacles. Someone not maybe sharing that information with you. And we've got I can't help myself from falling in love with you every day. Ace of Cups. My darling friends, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. I hope that this resonates for you. And I do apologize for the break. As I said, I was talking for another half hour and that was not recorded. I suppose you weren't meant to hear it. Love and light to all of you, and thank you so much for all that you do for this channel. You are very appreciated. I will talk to you soon. Ta-da. It's 11:11 on my clock.